Start the episode off with the call of a spotted jugadoo.
Yeah.
Don't play it too loudly, though, or one may come running at you from the bushes,
Yeah.
as it did to 3PO. Jugadoo.
It's pretty gross. Perfect. Very nicely done.
Tonight on Star Wars Total Rewatch, joining us in the studio, special musical guest, Coby and the Starhunters!
Woo!
Thank you, glad to be here, Yeah, thanks Total Rewatch, thanks for having us here, glad we could join you guys. Yeah, Starhunters
The
here.
old Starhunters.
The Starhunters are not a band, sorry, audience.
Unfortunately,
We keep saying, that was just a joke, yeah, they're like poachers or something, I guess. They're hunting animals all over the stars, I guess. Alright, so this episode, Droids episode 9, Coby and the Starhunters, was co-written by Joe Johnston. Joe Johnston is a director and a writer, he's done, he's worked on a lot of Lucasfilm stuff, like his visual effects and art, but he has directed a bunch of movies. He directed Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Jumanji, and what else? October Sky. Oh, and Captain America, the first Avenger.
Oh.
So this guy's been around.
He's a real Hollywood writer.
Start with Lucasfilm and co-writing.
His big break, Droids episode 9.
The Droids episode,
Yeah.
yep.
There were some really dumb things in it, but I don't know. I felt like in some ways it could have been longer almost. Like it felt like the material for a TV movie or something was here.
Yeah.
But it was all very compressed. But it had like that arc kind of. This kid had like his own story arc, and his relationship with 3PO changed over the course of it. And there was stuff like that I felt like the other episodes don't always get that deep into some of that stuff.
I'm glad it wasn't a full-length TV movie. I didn't like this one a whole lot just because it was just this one kid that it pretty much focused on.
Can only take so much of him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it would have been great as that. Just, it felt like a self-contained story.
Yeah.
Focus of the story is on Coby, who is the son of the barbarian king, as I'm calling him now.
Yep, he is the
From the
barbarian
last episode.
It was pretty loosely related to the rest of them, but it was still part of it. And Coby, I guess, was going into, like, an academy? The Imperial Academy, I guess. That wasn't really the point of the story. Just that he was going to the academy, and I guess the droids were, like, his helpers,
Well, Jan was
guards.
going with him. And at the end, Jan apparently got into the academy.
Yeah, so Jan's an Imperial?
Last we see of him.
They just called it the academy.
Yeah, I mean, Luke wanted to go into the academy too. I think that people didn't really recognize the corruption of the Empire yet until A New Hope. The Emperor kind of takes full control during that movie.
Yeah, that's right.
So the Imperial Academy was probably pretty respected still, as if you wanted to get anywhere.
Yeah, become a starfighter. Star pilot.
But yeah, they don't get to the academy. What is the planet that they went to first? That giant city.
Oh.
I was wondering if this is like a thing.
That's where they were dropping him off for the academy.
Zalakesh. It's a transfer point to the academy. Anyway, it was a big city planet like Coruscant or something. It looked pretty cool, but
yeah, like I guess Zalakesh sounded familiar, I thought, but I guess not. Just in this episode. This kid is kind of a jerk, at least at the beginning of the episode.
Spoiled brat.
Yeah, he is.
3PO's trying to help him out with stuff, and he's just like, man, I don't need you to tell me what to do, 3PO.
He's a real jerk to...
Very strong-willed.
But, like, their relationship changes a lot over the course of the episode. They kind of work together to get out of these different situations, and by the end of the show, they are good friends.
Have a bonding experience.
Yeah.
Through a trying ordeal. In a lot of ways, this little kid reminds me of Anakin Skywalker. Like little Annie Skywalker. think just the way that he behaves, he just kind of like does whatever he wants. You know how to fly a ship? I'll just try it anyway, or something.
So, the Starhunters,
They see his pet and they want it.
I don't know what it's called.
Come on, it's obviously a...
Is it tessellated arboreal pigeonfant?
Oh, right.
Wow. Ingy.
Right. That's what that was on the tip of my tongue.
It's a marsupial, apparently. It's a tree-dwelling marsupial.
And it's really rare. It's it's rare, so they steal it, and the kid and the droids basically chase after their ship, like in another ship that they buy.
The kid's rich.
Oh yeah, his great uncle left him all his money or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, R2 ends up flying this ship, and 3PO says, "Don't expect it to get much better than this." A really rough ride when R2's driving.
I thought that was really funny that's actually a thing they're going with. It wasn't just like that one-off episode. R2 just can't drive.
Well, it's not like he's not like in that slot for droids like the X-Wing has, like where he can control the ship. Like he's literally just got a control stick that he's maneuvering the ship with, like manually controlling it. Like I don't think that's how he was designed to operate a ship.
No, I mean he's an astromech.
Yeah. Well, we should also talk about C-3PO's voice.
Oh my
in
goodness.
This part.
This is driving me nuts.
Like C-3PO's neck gets stretched out, which gives him a really high-pitched voice. It's really dumb, and it goes on for a long time.
On for like 2 minutes, and it's 2 minutes too long.
Yep.
But yeah, they catch up to the Starhunters just before they're about to jump to light speed, and they attach themselves to the ship using magnetic landing gear. Very clever.
Oh yeah, C-3PO actually has a good idea.
Yeah, he's been having a few of those lately.
Yeah, and so they tag along for the light speed jump, and then it's like, man, who knows where they're gonna end up? Like these guys they're dead.
Right?
They'll never be found again. Too bad.
Yeah, the galaxy's a big place.
Right.
Anyway, they land on a planet. The Starhunters are like, I don't even know if that's their base or that's their next stop to go like illegally catch some other animal.
They got a whole operation here.
They meet up
Starhunters, but yeah,
with like these natives who you almost think they're Ewoks for a second, pointing spears at them. I thought maybe they were on Endor,
right.
But no. They're like these birds, though.
Similar to the Ewoks, except they're birds instead of bears.
They're like some weird bird-ant hybrid thing.
Ants. They do have long legs.
They're kind of like...
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Almost like an exoskeleton type thing. I was just creeped out by them.
They are a little creepy, but they seem a little bit more organized than the Ewoks.
I mean, they were going to eat the boy, so...
But like, yeah.
They were going to make R2 into a stew pot, I guess.
And they're definitely not happy here, because, like, the Starhunters are using some of them as slaves to help catch other animals.
And so they're, like, saying to Coby and friends, like, oh, you guys like animals? You're trying to rescue an animal? Awesome, we're on your team now.
Yeah, they're trying to help. It's good.
I was just reading about the fuzzums.
Oh, right, they're called fuzzums.
What are?
The bird things.
Fuzzums. Wow.
Yep, they were created for Coby and the Starhunters.
All right.
And then that was mentioned in a guide to the Star Wars universe, and then also mentioned in the Star Wars Encyclopedia. And then there was a random German comic book, collects and translates Star Wars 4, that also mentions fuzzums.
All right, so apart from this episode, they also are mentioned in a German Star Wars comic book.
Yep, the German comic book is like a retelling, I guess, of episode 4, and apparently Han Solo mentions it when they're in the garbage compactor. So they're trying to brace the compactor walls with the poles, and Han Solo says they're snapping like fuzzum legs.
That's gross.
Okay.
Why would he know what fuzzum legs snap like? That's kind of messed up, Han Solo.
Yeah, it is.
So the stage rescue of this cat.
So there's a big fight up on this walkway with one of the battle droids while they're trying to break the pet out from one of the cells.
Starhunters have these giant battle droid things as guards, and they're basically Cylons from the old Battlestar Galactica. You guys haven't seen that, but they look exactly like those things. So there you go.
Yeah, they're just called patrol droids in the article.
They're really strange, and the way they speak is very strange. Like, they give them orders, and it's just kind of this low rumbling sound as a response. Kind of hard to understand them.
They meet another older guy there who was also captured, and
Well, he explains that he was part of the Starhunters, and then they were taken over by someone else who basically made them into like a poacher group. So like the original Starhunters were
conservationists.
Yeah. They were creating an animal sanctuary.
The battle droid is gonna throw that guy off of a cliff, and then he also like zaps R2. Like R2's dead.
Yeah, it looks like he just smacked him. It's like backhanded smack him.
Yeah, but then he like overloads.
Yeah, and R2 just apparently can't take it and just shuts down.
You never really see R2 get like totally deactivated. I mean,
the Jawas do it.
Oh yeah,
but this one it bugged me because he didn't just like tip over like in the Jawa one. He like folded down.
Oh yeah, his feet stuck down.
Oh,
And he tipped over. Yeah. I guess this is similar to what happened at the Jawas. He just kind of got overloaded because then they revive him later. He's totally fine. But like, what does that do to a droid? You know, was he, for all intents and purposes, dead for that time period?
No, he's just turned off, I guess.
He was medically dead, but he was resuscitated. It shoots the Cylon off the edge of the platform. Yeah.
So they saved him too.
They saved him, and then everybody kind of goes off in their different directions.
C-3PO does his amazing Jugadoo call.
Right. Yeah. These other Starhunters are interesting.
They're all different alien species. Yeah, these guys look kind of freaky, though.
They have big safari hats or something and weird necks.
The kind of alien that probably doesn't have a name and never seen again. It's that obscure. But it's an interesting design.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way I described it probably doesn't give you a picture of
big safari helmets and weird necks.
Yeah.
I mean, that about says it.
If you did get a chance to watch this episode, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Right.
If you didn't, you can just imagine.
One of the poacher guys also picked up one of the proto-packs again.
Oh yeah, that Ghostbusters thing again.
Yeah.
But this guy is like almost as incompetent as C-3PO and just stuns all his own bad guy
Breaks his
friends.
glasses and then just is the worst.
Yeah, he's one of the Starhunters. He doesn't look like a Star Wars character.
Well, who wears glasses and stuff?
Oh yeah, that's part of it, I think, maybe. He looks kind of like Ben Franklin.
Noah from the Ewok movie with glasses.
He had glasses. I never thought about that.
That's anything to go by.
Daniel's now Googling glasses in Star Wars.
Well, we gotta get to the truth of this.
Oh, Maz wears like glasses with all those lenses.
Oh.
As far as canonical Star Wars stories go, the first time a character with glasses was seen is in an episode of Star Wars Rebels.
Hey now.
Well, that was after these were.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, there they go. They have
They
it.
mention Noah in Battle for Endor.
All right, he is the first Star Wars glasses wearer.
Beyond that, they do not mention this character in the Droids cartoon. Can't believe it.
Wow.
They didn't do their research.
They did not.
Well, Jan comes and saves them too.
Yeah, he followed him. And Jan goes off to the academy. The kid decides to, instead of going to the academy, go off and save animals with his new friend. And the droids are going to seek their fortune together. Yeah, in trouble again. Yeah.
And the droids are happy that Jan is able to go to the academy, even though he's going to join the Empire. But they're happy for him. He's living his dream.
Yep, becoming Imperial scum.
Right.
Again, we don't know that. As far as the episode's concerned, he's just going to an academy. Could be anything.
Not according to the Wikipedia article. It says he's going to the Imperial Academy. Do you guys want to know about Jan's history?
Yeah,
I'd love where he went.
Yeah. What happens to Jan?
After he graduated the academy, he was quickly posted on Carfoom. So just 1 week after his graduation, the outpost was attacked by rebels. Jan was shot in the back and paralyzed from waist down.
What?
Oh, no.
Who Who made this part?
After being fitted into a hover chair, Jan was honorably discharged and sent back to Tynes Horky.
Went back to Tynes Horky.
Where, when Gundy passed away years later, Jan took over his mining company.
Did you ever get together with Jess? She was going to go back to Tynes Horky.
I don't know, it's not mentioned on here.
I'm sure they did.
Where does this information coming from? Because I sure didn't get it from these episodes.
It was apparently an action figure.
Oh, nice. Man, can you imagine the value of a rare Jan Tosh action figure?
Well, I don't
I
know.
have no idea. I could imagine that being actually really valuable, but also I could imagine it. Nobody's ever heard of it. Like, nobody wants it. I don't know.
$350 if you want to buy it on eBay.
Really? All right. I don't want to buy it on eBay, but good to know.
That's rarer than a tessellated arboreal Bingen fan.
I'm sad they didn't have a Kybo Ren.
Yeah, Kybo Ren action figure. Have to make one custom. Just scratch out the L and add a B.
Right. Just take a Kylo Ren figure and change the name. Draw a mustache on him. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, now I need to buy one of these just to have it.
Just to have it. Just so you can say, I watched this.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'm going to take away from this entire Droids series is don't call me Tiggy. I'm not going to remember Jan Tosh.
Yeah.
I don't know, you guys. I don't have anything else to say about this one.
Well, yeah.
And this spotted Jugadoo comes in at the end, chasing
It's true love.
3PO. It is true love. There you go. All right.
What's next? What's the next thing that we're going to talk about?
So we're going to watch Tale of the Rune Comet. Wow.
Which I'm guessing, since this is the last, there's 1, 2, 3, so 4 more episodes. I'm assuming these 4 are the last arc again.
Yeah. It's all
Probably.
about Rune, whatever Rune is. A planet, I guess?
Oh yeah, okay, so the next several episodes all have Rune, R-O-O-N, in the title.
The Rune arc.
So, if that doesn't pique your curiosity, listeners, I don't know what will. What is Rune?
What does it mean?
We don't know. We're going to find out.
Where are the droids going next?
The Tale of the Rune Comet.
Ooh.
Go watch that, and then join us back here next week on Star Wars Total Rewatch.
And we'll rewatch it with you.
Coby and the Starhunters, play us out.
See you later, Coby.